Hey, it's Mac with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and it is Wednesday. It's November 8th. This will be our chart lesson for the day. And it looked like we were going to have another tight range today, but we ended up breaking out here and trending. There's not a lot of entries today, but the only good thing is uh, if you really try to catch these lows or these highs, and there really wasn't a good way. I mean, you get into this uptrend here, but it comes back and takes out any break even stops before it goes higher. And there's really just not a good way to get in right through here, so you can't get in up here. And you've missed a good bit of this move already, and then it just kind of goes sideways. So there really wasn't a chance to catch any large moves or anything like that today. But still, there's some trades here, and we've had worse days. But I'll go through the trades real quickly and we'll go from there. Oh, one other comment before I forget, just in case I get busy here with the chart lesson and forget. For some reason, I'm having a little trouble with my email. I see emails coming in and then they disappear, and then when I try to answer them, so there's something going on with my mail. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm hoping maybe I just need to shut down and restart, and maybe be okay. But if you sent me an email and I hadn't answered, I'm working on it. I've got a few here, still even a couple from yesterday that I hadn't answered yet. And for some reason, I'm just having trouble with my mail right here. So anyway, if you're looking for an answer for something, I haven't forgot you. So hopefully, you'll hear from me later this evening or by tomorrow sometime. So I'm not sure if it's my internet connection or if it's actually my mail or what the deal is. But when I open the email, it just hourglasses. I never can get it. I can't see anything. It's just like a blank email. So, but anyway, I just want to make you aware of that. I am having some email troubles. I'll try to get that resolved here when I finish the chart lesson. But just in case I don't get it resolved today, I'll get back to you. So anyway, let's talk about the trades. It was tempting to enter here, but we got to close outside the new high and the lower high, and we're pushing on through here. There is a little bit of sideways stuff right here. So if we didn't have this trend line working right across here, I would say you might risk this one. But with that trend line working down, and obviously when you copy that line and drag it down, it bounces right off it. So I think you got to skip that. So you're really looking for shorts here at this point. So we get a little break here, and notice this is not a failed second entry long that came right here, but you don't want to enter way down here that far away from the EMA. So when it pulls back, and really this is a double top, so you can count that as a new high. So first entry, pull back, second entry. So I treated that like a failed second entry long, and that's a big bearish bar. So I like going short right there. And your hope is we're going to test these new lows. And again, you're close to this low, so you might let it break lower and drop a limit order in, but a lot of times you're going to miss the best trades doing that. So I really like just entering there with a stop on that big bearish bar. Um, when it comes back here and gives you another chance, um, if you weren't already in, I like jumping in there or maybe even adding on there. That's not a perfect signal bar. So if you're already in, you may not risk adding on there. You might jump in without adding on. And you would have had to ride out it coming back again, but it ends up working on down. By the time it gets here, it's just kind of going sideways. So even though you're making lower highs here and lower lows, when it makes this double bottom here, this was really tempting. Um, this is a pretty good signal bar, but again, it's an inside bar to a relatively bullish bar. And even this one, even though it makes a lower high and a lower low, it's still more of a side, it's almost an inside bar to this bullish bar. So I just don't think you want to add on or jump in here, even though either one of these probably would have worked. Um, it's looking like a range here. And so when you get that failed break lower, if you get a higher low here, I like, especially with the fact that it went lower and then turns and goes out the top, I like entering there just to ride it back into the range. And where does it go? Exactly where you'd expect, back to the top of the range. You get a close and a test here. If this would have been more bearish, I would have considered maybe trying to get in to ride this one back to here, but you end up getting a bounce here. So I like jumping on right here. Um, it looks like it's going to be a failed second entry long, but it just turns out to trap the lows, and that's why you don't want to be going short into that support right there. Another reason. Uh, so even though you got what looks like a failed second entry long off the lows, um, you need a little better bar. And even this is not a perfect bar, but it closes very close or probably in its upper 2/3. So I'd probably let this one break higher and drop a limit order a couple of a tick or so back and see if that works. Because you don't know that it's going to break on through, so you need to have room to get out here. So keep that in mind. And then, of course, we get the failed break on the other side that tests the overnight highs, and you get a lower high here. The reason this one is green and not red is simply because you got 3 or 4 bars stacked up there. None of them are really dojis, but they look like dojis. This is really a bearish bar. These two are more bullish. And again, this is more bearish. They're only a tick or so away each one from being a doji though, and they are going sideways. So for that reason, I'm a little hesitant with that one, making it red. So I did make that one green. It would have worked either way, but you don't know that ahead of time. So you got to really follow the rules on that. And rules would say you're probably better off to skip that trade. Then we bounce here. It turns out to be like a breakout pullback long, and you actually get another. It comes back. If it wasn't for these highs across here, I probably would say I'd risk this one here. But the fact that you've got your overnight highs right here, and we've turned down there 1, 2, 3 times now since the original overnight high there. So I don't think you can risk it. Wait and see if you get the reversal pattern, which comes here. And you do have this short-term trend coming up, and so I like that one just simply because even though this didn't break lower, this is still fits our reversal pattern. I like them better when they set up off the EMA, but in this case you got a trend line working up, and you can see how many times we bounced off that trend line. That trend line's definitely in play, so I like going long right there. Again, you might let it break higher and see if you can get a little better entry, but a lot of times you're going to miss your really good trades like that. And at this point, once we broke higher, it looked like we were going higher. At that point, I would have been looking for a possible measured move. We didn't get that, but that's what I would have been looking for. And you can see that's just barely getting started. So we had a long way to go there. And it looked like this bigger channel was in play. The way I didn't talk about this earlier. I really thought we'd probably pull back to that line again here, but we didn't. We stayed inside this little trend. But I drew this off the high and drug it down, and we bounced right there on that second entry. But I still don't. I think it's too dangerous to enter right back into that. If you extend your line like it's supposed to be here, you can see that's going back long. We're back inside that channel, and you're going long right into it. And notice how you got those. So even if you did get in there, I would have exited on those 2 dojis that closed below and couldn't. You can see right there, it's just too dangerous. You need to wait on a better reversal type pattern than that. And once you entered here, then we just went sideways. So I was a little hesitant. There's a second entry here. Notice the new high, pull back first entry, pull back second entry. And that is the first close outside this smaller channel, but you had to assume that when everything starts getting back inside this channel, that this is still in play. And this is an overshoot. So this is not somewhere you really want to be entering unless you get a trap or something. And you just really never get that. So that gets you on into the 2 o'clock hour. So I don't think you want to enter across here. It's just going sideways. So yeah, there weren't but a handful of trades today, and you really couldn't catch a runner anywhere today. Here would be the only one you could count. You could have got in this one and ridden it, but it didn't go anywhere really. So a few points out of it maybe. But yeah, I hope this thing doesn't start getting these tight ranges all day, every day again. So we'll have to see. And I believe Monday's going to be a holiday. I think it's Monday a holiday. I'll have to look at the schedule, but I think Monday is Memorial Day or something of that nature. So the market will probably close. So we'll probably get a 3-day weekend this weekend. Again, I need to verify that, but I believe I'm remembering right that Monday's going to be a holiday, a trading holiday. But I'm going to wrap it up for today. We'll be back tomorrow to wrap up our week. And in the meantime, I'll double check that holiday and see if we're going to have a chart lesson Monday or not. But if it's a holiday, I won't be trading. So I'll take my 3-day break. But anyway, I'm going to wrap it up for today. This is Mac with PriceActionTradingSystem.com, and we'll see you next time.